Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Demonology. We are in season 3 of our actual play, and this season is called The House Crosses. I am Alex. I'm going to be your medium, and my pronouns are he, they.
I am Siobhan. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Benedict Brideshead.
Hi, I'm Fionn. I'm going to be playing Sir Rumpet Umpets, a druid knight, and my pronouns are he, him, and so's a Rumpets. That's a weird thing that came out of my mouth.
So's our Rumpets.
So's a Rumpets!
You're already getting into the voice.
Method.
Normal behavior. Normal.
Concern. Hello, my name is Felix. I use they them pronouns, and I am playing as Daffodil, who is a Feybound.
Hi, I'm Sin. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing as Alda, who is a Presidian knight, and their pronouns are she, they.
Fabulous. We don't have Mo, but we might have Mo later. So we might suddenly have an Eli appear. Fab. So I'm going to throw it over. What happened last time, or what has happened up till this point? Broad strokes.
We saw God.
Which one?
Desmond Ogborn, the god of Siobhan's dreams.
This was a very strange narrative being built that I don't approve of.
Good. We ended up visiting the Norse
Few of the
realms.
Norse realms.
Three of the Norse realms,
Three,
yeah.
in fact.
Yeah, we passed through 3 realms.
Separate Norse realms of 9, which was impressive of us. We did a third. And within which we learned the plan of Desmond Ogborn, our demon's hand, who is attempting to bogart and murder the King of Wrath, Paimon, by enacting an immensely dangerous plan, potentially for ego's sake, but also certainly in order to break his pact with hell.
So I think it's worth adding that he is the main actor in Paimon's plan, but is sort of like manipulating it to do exactly as you say. Paimon's plan being knock through Helheim from hell, and then knock through to Midgard, or the Earth from Helheim. So use 2 slightly weakened realm barriers to go all the way through and just sort of start walking around Denmark.
And in the meantime, we know that there is someone in Koge who is trying to make sure that happens.
But we don't know who they are, or what they look like.
Or where Koge is.
Or where Koge is.
It's near Copenhagen.
Damn right. But Denmark's small.
So is Germany.
So... yeah, exactly. Denmark's pretty small, so a lot of things are near Copenhagen. So, in the only other thing is, you were on a boat. You were meant to come in Esbjerg so that you could meet somebody with which you would start up the Inquisition in Denmark. You were meant to meet with Christens Vifert Ransau, the wife of Heinrich Ransau's son, but unfortunately your boat instead went to the A realms, which is, not where it planned to go. Or you got off the boat onto another boat that then went to the A realms. So your boat did arrive. Christens then would have found your boat. Unfortunately, Siobhan's librarian,
Jasper Fennywick
will have found Christens. So you do have an option here, which is you could go to Nyberg to get money, which of course will be useful, and support and allies. But Koge to Nyberg is, I think that's like a day. Nyberg, Denmark, walking 40 hours, but that's all right. Let's say car. 1 hour 20. It's 90 kilometers. So yeah, it's a day if you're lucky. It's more likely to be. Hold on. Nyberg to Korsov. No, Koge to Korsov. Yeah, if you had horses, it would probably be 2 days. So pretty shit.
Yeah, I have. So before we do any of that, where is it that we emerge?
Precisely. I just wanted to get sort of like an idea of what you could do where you emerge, but of course there will be the fact of emerging that will probably change things a little bit. So last time we saw you,
That's how it's recorded in the Bible. My birth, the fact of emerging.
Oh,
The syllable of urge has happened far too many times for my ears, and now like my butthole's crinkled. We can put that in the trigger warning. Mention of butthole crinkling, but I think we should also put overuse of the syllable urge.
There's a lot of things that people don't want or need to hear. I'm
just going to say sphincter dilation, so I keep that in the keep that in. Keep it in the track.
We love it. So last time we saw you, you were traveling through a fairy road. And while you were traveling through the fairy road, you went to Titania's court and had a lovely time and all healed up, which was pretty fab, to be honest. The place you come out of is it's very hard to disentangle because it is a knotted like thicket to a next to a stream, and in the distance you can see like a wide open field, and there's something about sort of like the smells that I think ground you a little more, and I think instead of flowers you smell earth, and instead of sort of, I think, a gentle breeze you feel the humidity, you know, like there's some sort of like plain base feeling of difference between the other world and the mundane world. And so you come out of this thicket near just an open field, and there's no one to be seen. You're in the mortal world. You're assumedly in Denmark. You're assumedly somewhere near Koge. Do you have anything you'd like to do while you're here? Like just before you see a person, before you do anything, is there anything you want to do to prepare?
I'm going to make a couple of incitements, but we don't need to RP that. I can just sort of make notes of it on my sheet.
Define incitement for me, please.
So like my druidry, gathering my
Okay.
materials.
So you summon a few little creatures, and then
I thought I was summon a couple of little guys, little fellas. And,
well, dudes,
take
how's
their
it
stuff.
going? Can I have some of your stuff? And they're all like, yeah, sure. Here is something that symbolizes liquid darkness. It's like, yeah, great. Thanks.
I
mate.
presume that with that ship arriving in Nyberg, that they've cleaned it so that at last Samyaza has left my body.
Oh yeah. I expect now, considering all of the traveling that you've done, that somebody has found this seal and gone like, what the fuck happened here? And it's like, realistically, you could explain this is actually a very religious ritual, but they're like, demon magic! Which is the funny thing about Christianity. Anyway.
Does someone want to... Felix, could you incite a little fairy cat to scout around the area?
No, that is not my court.
You can still You can still summon it though. It'll just cost more.
You can't summon creature. You can't summon
Outside
faith
of
from
your
outside
court.
of your court.
That's true. Do you have anything that can search? Any good, like scouting the land fairies?
mean-
Let me read.
I will say that without spending materials, but just sort of like doing rolls, you could probably all just like. I imagine that Rumpert is probably good enough at scouting the area.
Yeah, I can do a scout roll.
Well,
Don't I have a what is the word? What is the word?
Talent.
lay of the land.
I think I can probably
for
get
being a
5d6
spy
on that.
or a thief.
No, a familiar. I forgot what the word is.
Your squire, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis. Like
Yeah,
I don't.
That would
don't know
just
if
take
it's
a
possible.
period of time.
I will say, to be honest, Rumpert can get 5d6 out of this. I'm assuming like this is the perfect time for hunting, which I oft do not allow. But yeah, Constitution 3 and orienteering and hunting. I'd say that Rumpert is like rugged man, Bear Grylls, perfect for this situation.
Yeah, done with his usual aplomb. Let's see how that works.
It's really so.
Aplomful, really well scouted.
Full of
Yeah, okay, 3
plum.
successes.
And that's a success on hunting as well. I would like to make sure
I guess
you were
one
aware
success
of that.
actually and 2 partials. So it's still good. I just one thing is I do constantly have this thing of if I'm if I'm looking at Google Maps to sort of like be like, what's this area like? I'm just going to go on satellite view. I do constantly sort of think, cool. So you come out by the motorway and you can see a supermarket. You pass through the thicket, and in the field you can see there are sort of like old ruined houses that are sort of like overgrown. They're not they've not been in use for quite some time, and there are sort of these metal pole structures these wooden pole structures that go in a circle around a large sort of shape, and you can see that it is forming the top of a Celtic cross just in the middle of the field. And you can follow a path back from it through the woodland that brings you out onto a road. And there is a nice little sign that says Lellinge, like 100 meters. Well, probably a bit more than 100 meters, like half mile. Kilometer.
Why have a sign if it was 100 meters away? We just see it.
Well, that. And then Koge, 3 kilometers, and then so you're just outside of Lellinge, or I'm gonna pronounce everything wrong. But like you're just outside of Lellinge, and you could just walk down to Koge in about an hour. So it depends if you wanna go into Lellinge to like chill out, meet some people. You don't really know the size of it at this point, but like, it's probably small if it's just outside of the city.
Forgive
Is there
me.
a potential for there to be like a pub or something nearby?
Almost certainly there will be like an inn of some kind in Lellinge.
And we should
I
probably
think it
do
might
that.
be prudent for us to introduce ourselves to the local populace and find out if there is anything that we can, ingratiate ourselves.
So
Yes.
one thing I should gather at this point: who speaks Danish?
Rumps.
I do.
So, Rumpert and Benedict will have to do a considerable amount of the talking because you are in Denmark. Most people speak Danish. I'd say 95% of people just speak Danish. There are probably a good few people who speak German, maybe a few people who speak like Swedish or French, but
the
generally
rules of the
speaking-
game mean that if you don't speak Danish, then you definitely don't speak Swedish or German.
But you might speak French. Any French speakers? Daffodil?
No.
Alder?
No. Sorry.
Sorry, how are they broken up? Like, what's
Because Swedish, Danish, German are all Germanic languages.
Yeah, true. Oh, right, yeah. So you speak all of those,
Yes.
I guess.
Conversationally.
Oh, and English.
And English.
All
English
of
is
the
also a
people
Germanic
here
language.
speak English.
Perfect.
And Swedish and Dutch and German and Danish and Norwegian and Yiddish. Yiddish is the wild one there. Like,
I will admit, trying to fit Yiddish into one of the language families was difficult.
Yeah, cool. Well, there's people here. The 5% of people. I'm sure some people will speak English, but it'll be rare. So yeah, you head on in to Lelinga. It's a small town, more of like a village, to be honest. There's a small market that's closed today. God, what day is it? I don't do that. I hate that. I'm gonna roll a d7.
Hey, no.
Ow!
You did it wrong.
Never do it wrong. April
You
the dice
clown.
wrong. Oh, of course, it's Sunday.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, market's closed. It's about midday. You are able to find what do I want to call it? It's dangerous picking a random word that I like in a different language.
I hope it's offensive.
I hope it's profoundly upsetting.
I hope it's like a horrible insult to people from a very specific region of Denmark.
Yeah, I was about to pick a word for a water treatment plant.
Oh my god.
We're just gonna get Google Translate up, so I'm just gonna keep this for a while. English to Danish. It knew that I wanted Danish. Why does it always scare me?
Always watching.
This is fucking bullshit. I don't want that. I want something better. Yeah, the Gammon Rave.
Could you write that down for us? It's amazing.
Yeah, so there's a place called the Gammon Rave. That's the Old Fox. You find an inn called the Old Fox because some of you can speak language. And it's it's gone lunchtime. There's probably like still there's always everywhere there is an old geezer or a few old geezers with some stiff drinks.
This is true in every part of the world.
Mm-hmm. And they are sort of like it's chilly. They're wrapped up sort of like by a fire in the corner. And there is an innkeeper keeping the inn as they do, who welcomes you heartily in Danish. And says, I'm gonna always speak in English because I don't speak Danish.
What?
I'll do a shitty little Danish accent. So we're just gonna have to remember there is a language difference. And yeah, it welcomes you into the Gammon Rave and says hello.
Rampart, you are better with the common folk. Speak to this man.
Make sure you ask for beer, please.
Hello. My name is Dr. Rumpert Umpert. And these are my companions. We are all learned doctors. Myself, of the language. Himself, and I point over to Benedict, a doctor of priest stuff.
Divinity.
This
Divinity.
is a doctor. This, I point over to Alder, is a doctor of the animals, the veterinary, and this is I believe they call it a sexologist. We are all here together to study the
Imagine it
ways
takes
of...
you a second to translate sexology.
No, I think Rumput just goes sex.
And it's like mistranslated into like sex worker.
This is
We're
a
all
prostitute we're
doctors.
traveling with.
Just gets the wrong idea.
We're all
Three-
doctors. And this is our companion. The
Can I roll an
prostitute.
intelligence check
3
to see if
doctors and a
that
sex
actually, if
worker
that
walk into a
happens?
bar. If you want to, you may.
I do, I wanna
you
see if
speak
that
the language
happens.
well enough to probably like that's fine. You can avoid it if you want, but if you want to roll, I won't say no.
Yeah,
God,
everyone thinks that they're a prostitute.
Bold of you to give yourself
I'm
a
so
dice. Oh, I guess you
sorry.
speak the language. You speak Germanic, so that's fair.
Yeah.
So 3 doctors and a sex worker. Same response. Sir, would you like me to get you a room? We have rooms to spare for the evening or just the afternoon if you would prefer.
No.
Benedict catching sex worker.
They are simply a friend of ours who happens to be a
A
Hun.
sex worker.
Yes, quite. No,
sex worker.
We've come for glad tidings, some drinks, yes, Alder, and horses. Does anyone sell horses around here?
You might be able to get a few from the one of the farms on the outside. And then like shouts over to, like in a thick dialect, shouts over to one of the people warming by the fire, and it says, Ruth, any of the head of guards have spare horses for sale? And she speaks back and says, No, you need to speak to the Henningsons. The Henningsons have got they've been supplying to the crown for a few years. Yes, turns back to you and
horses
says,
for sale. Lovely.
Yes, speak to the Henningsons. They will have a few with them. If you are able to match the crown prices, then I'm sure you'll be able to.
Don't you worry. Good innkeep. What is your name?
My name is Leon.
Huh. How unexpectedly. Not Danish.
Parlez-vous français?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it's a silly language. I like Danish. It's like speaking German with a potato in your mouth.
I mean, it's the thing that, like, you know, people have been going to different countries for quite a long period of time. He doesn't say that. I've just said that with my mouth. But yeah, cracks open a bottle of wine, puts it on the table, and says, "This is one of our finest. I'm sure that you'll all appreciate as doctors."
Well, very much do. But what will the other three be drinking?
Our friend is a courtesan. Yes.
What did I say?
I take no judgment. Just as long as you plan to do something, a room is available.
We might post them up and see what we can find.
No, I think I will go and find the Henningsons. Thank you for your time, Master Leon. Where might I find the Henningsons?
On the road away from Koge, down to the south. About a half hour's walk out of town.
Alder, might I take Dennis with me?
Whatever you have in your
who is
left
Dennis?
pocket,
What is Dennis like? Wait, no, Dennis is the dog. Dennis is the dog.
Dennis is Dennis the dog squire.
The dog squire, yeah. If you can give me what's in your left pocket, I will hand him over to you.
It is a crude drawing of Desmond Ogborn being kicked by the Pope.
Elder snatches it out of his hand. Perfect.
You've
All
really
yours.
studied his face quite a lot, haven't you?
Shut up!
Benedict, do you dream of Desmond Ogborn?
I will be away now. Come, Dennis.
Bye, Dennis. Daffodil, have you ever worked as a sex worker?
Work implies remuneration.
We're going to need to cut this bit out because I didn't hear that because my internet cut out. But what did you say?
I said a work implies remuneration.
Oh, right. Well, in any case, would you like to try it? Because I think that if we post you up in a room and then you can host the geezers of the town and we can find out exactly what's going on.
I think that
Let's fund an Inquisition.
this might require a change of scenery for which I would require privacy. Not that I am ashamed, but it might startle our hosts. AKA get me in a room.
Okay. Barkeep.
Are you after that room after all?
Yes, Daffodil wants it. Here is
Uh,
some money. I slap just like a resource down on the table.
You only slap a resource for a room for a day. Like if you need to be getting lodgings on your own for the whole length, you'll have to slap some resources down. But like for a day, you know, wine in a room, yeah, you're more furnished than that. So yeah, you get a room upstairs. And Daffodil, what do you do? Sorry, did Benedict and Dennis head out?
Mm-hmm.
I will ask my patron for a change of skills.
I know what this means.
I know what this means, everyone.
Hold on.
I will...
Are you changing your skills as well?
Yes. I will change perception to skullduggery, if that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as is manifest of Daffodil's existence, once this happens, he changes gender and appearance, and is now become a gorgeous woman with long raven hair, who essentially looks like Sebdaliza. I actually have my breakdown of portraiture for my character. I sent it to you, but why not remind us? Can I just slap it in Discord? Yes, I can. Wow, look at that. The middle one.
Oh, God. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh my god.
Bjorn, in case you missed that, these are all of Daffodil's different gendered forms.
I am. Still very hot.
It's not loaded for me. Jesus, fuck!
What if I found just 3 really hot people?
Well, 4. In any case, I am now readied for whomst ever.
I bet you are.
So, is the plan to get Daffodil to fuck half the town until you get information?
Or
Yes, that's
make
my
sufficient money to buy horses?
Oh, you don't need that. Benedict has 8 resources.
Well, why spend when you can make?
We can do both.
I will say that very quickly you're probably going to run into the fact that Leon has probably not agreed to set up
A
his
brothel?
inn as a brothel.
Mm. That was what my
Daffodil,
resource was for, to convince him to allow us to set up a brothel.
Now that makes more sense for the use of a resource to get Leon to look the other way.
Yeah, that was what it was for.
You know what? You're strangers. I think you got to roll something, and then a success will make it 1. 2 successes will make it 0. No successes will make it 2. Rampart, go for a sway. Two dice.
Sway. Well, I'm not sway. I'm not skilled in anything in sway. Can I get an extra one for
being
anything?
able to speak to this person? No. That is one of the.
What kind of information am I trying to get? Because Daffodil by profession is a spy. So if I find out any incriminating information about a target, then we could win each stage of the audience with them.
John, where were you taking the 3rd dice from? Just so I know.
I thought I was getting an extra die from having the language. My connection's so bad that you may have said I'm not giving you that.
Yeah, I said I'm not giving you that, but that's fine. So you got 4 or 6. Do you want to take a devil's bargain, or do you want the partial success?
I'll take the partial success.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna introduce somebody to the situation. Yeah, drop a resource.
Yeah, Daffodil. Could you find out for us, 1, strange goings on, and 2, any important people who may be connected to these strange goings on?
I will certainly try.
This is what I call sexy networks.
In the hour that it takes Benedict to travel the half hour to the farm, then arrive, do some negotiating, buy some horses, and then take the 15 minutes to get back. Let's get a roll for the acquisition there, because obviously 5 horses.
Yes, 5 horses.
Prob's not 1 resource.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
How
set
many
it
resources
as
do you want me to?
I'm gonna set it as a base of 3 and let you roll it down to a 1 if you succeed with 2 successes.
Okay, so what kind of test do you want for this? Is it just a straight up sway?
Etiquette, persuasion, one of those.
No, good. Neither of those are things that I have.
If you've got like something, it would need to be, unless you want to argue something. But those seem like the ones for me. So I think sway, and then have you got any knowledges that might help, such as agriculture?
I have veterinary science. I can assure them the horses will actually not die. Under my care.
What you could do is you could say, I see that horse. I see that they've only got like 2 years best left. Like, you could haggle them down with that for sure. I can see.
Be like, it's either me or the knacker's yard.
You look those gift horses in the mouth and you say, these horses are not good gift horses. So yeah. You
all right.
Sway plus veterinary science.
Anything else? Nah, it's just going in like this. Here we go.
That's 1 success. So 2 resources and you get 5 horses.
Lovely.
Feels like a good deal.
Now down to 6 resources.
Only 6. So yeah, it's I think they probably like throw in a stable hand to help you take the horses into the town.
Lovely.
What's the stable hands deal?
His name is Kaj.
Kaj
Krog or Kroger. One of those. Probably he's like 40. He's like a bit sort of like down on his luck, but like pretty hot.
I'll say he's a 40-year-old stable hand.
You spend all your day just sort of like with a pitchfork moving some straw. It's probably like beefy. Got like a body.
You got a body?
Got a body.
You got a body though.
And when I say got a body, then that's the sort of body I want to do some body horror to in this game. You know what I mean?
I want to cut it open.
God, Cash, man, stay in this story, mate.
My favorite bit was the bit where the hot 40-year-old stable hand got turned into spaghetti.
Yeah.
It is for this reason on the walk back to Lillinger that Benedict shall be saying to Kaj/Koge, you have been of most help to me. And if you have any notions about adventure or changing your station in life or finding excitement, simply don't do that. Go back.
Too beautiful for this world.
Once these horses are delivered to the old fox and live a simple life. I have no care what the life might be, but please, I beg you, do not follow us.
You say this holding his chin.
Look at me. Look at
me, you beautiful bastard.
These dreams you have.
You can be free. You could be beautiful and free.
Or beautiful and dead. Right. As you were.
Slaps him on the ass.
Begins the walk back to the farm. In case at any point you hear any sounds coming from next door, it's not gleeful or frustrated sex. It is my housemate watching the football. I just heard. Argh!
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, no. So you might hear something at some point. I said, be quiet and recording. Your silly little football does not count as worthwhile. Cease. So yeah. How do Rumpert, Alder, and Daffodil round up the town for Daffodil's prostitution?
See, the problem is that we cannot do any of that. It has to be only Rumpert.
How does Rumpert only?
Right. Wilcox.
Yes.
So you're familiar with the spell Whisperwind?
God, am I?
You uncork a bottle in Hailwind and may speak a message to someone you choose regardless of the distance. This message will really reach their ears only. Now, what if I did a big one and told the town in its entirety that the hottest person they've ever seen in their peasant lives has just arrived and is completely DTF? How would I go about expanding the spell?
What
clergy test?
So
make it a ritual of some kind?
This is what I'm thinking is this is on a par with Druidic Intercession. Like it is a use of Whisperwind that is more considerable. Druidic Intercession is you uncork 2 bottles and then speak to everybody nearby.
What if we combined? Instead of just Rumpert doing that, we combine it with Silly Season.
That is tempting for me, because I was going to say 2 wind and I'll offer you the option to throw in a gem and just sort of see how tantalizing trees could fuck this all up.
Sorry, that was 2 wind, and you'll offer me the option to do what with my body?
What? I was going to offer you to throw in a gem and see what tantalizing trees could do in this situation. Because we all know how that goes. with a 1 or a 2, which is that it inspires lust with everybody. So, you know, the
yes. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna expend 2 winds and a gem.
If you would rather, I think Felix is offering, instead of a wind, to cast Silly Season, which I'll allow to pass this further, because I think it's hilarious that you are like uncorking a bottle and inhaling the wind and then breathing it onto a gem next to a tree as Daffodil blows this into the sky. Which is the weirdest fucking ritual to make everyone in the town horny.
It looks very on brand.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I want all of that. I want the tantalizing trees. I want the Silly Season. I want it all. Yep. Bye wind. Bye gem.
1 wind, 1 gem, and Felix is casting Silly Season. Done. Easy.
Roll a d6.
That happens.
And now we're gonna find out whether or not I have my fun. Wait, so let me just check. Is it
1 or a 2?
1 or a 2?
Yeah.
In Rumpet's vial, can we put a drop of Daffodil sweat?
Okay. So
it works better. Fuck.
Well. No, hold on. So the thing is, people would either be coming to tear off Daffodil's clothes, or they're going to be coming like, I've heard that this is the best damn time I can have.
Well, they're coming to have the best damn time they can have, but not because of me.
No,
because of what I want.
It does still work. It does still work. It isn't inspiring rampant lust. It is instead. Well, hold on. I'm sorry, but like, I am just gonna raise hysteria a little bit. Not, but there's no way that this doesn't.
You've also got to raise public opinion. Thank you very much.
I will.
On the road back to Lenlinger, about 50 minutes away, Benedict sniffs the air.
And you are mesmerized by the gentlest, warmest breeze that ever so slightly makes the leaves flutter.
Oh no.
You receive a twitch and you're prostrate.
Oh no. Oh no, the air is toothsome. What are they doing?
Is the sun glistening in a glittery way, perhaps?
So that hour passes. And well, okay, so Daffodil, you tell me, how are you going about this? You know what? You tell me who the most interesting person to come to you is, because anybody. You tell me a person that could be in this town who comes to you, and like I'll be like, sure.
Priest. His wife.
Yeah.
The cook.
The cook. I love it.
If there is a local midwife or elder, whatever hermit who knows all the secrets.
Alder again.
Alder comes 3 times.
Yes, they do. And
with only 1 visit.
Do they have like, the equivalent of a constable?
I'm sure they do.
Their secretary.
Yeah, they got somebody about.
Okay, so
because the Brahe family are also the sheriffs in these parts.
In this time, Rumpet will teach Daffodil how to say, you must deliver unto the big strange man both a secret and the strangest thing that you have noticed in the past few months.
I've just realized, based off what you just said, the real problem with this plan is Daffodil will not be able to speak to any of these people.
Well, they can just tell it to Rumpet before they come in.
Yeah, Rumpet's gonna be full on like gator. I've got sleeveless.
Well, how I imagine this is people turn up to the room, Rumpert asks their profession, then or who they are, and then he translates to me, and I just go, no, or maybe if, and then the line.
Okay. Daffodil, roll 1 dice from Rumpert for the language. And it is a sway. It is probably a performance.
Networks?
Not persuasion.
It's persuasion. It can be persuasion. It can be persuasion.
Let us see.
Oh!
Well, it's a partial success, but it's a lot of them.
You fuck the demon's hand, and they like it.
You're not even in Koge.
They aren't even here.
Oh my god, can the so Daffodil is a Feybound. Can the issue here be that I accidentally give them something that doesn't affect me, like a fairy STI?
That was sort of the way that I was going. I think it's just sort of like I think it's just a bit more hysteria.
That works for me.
Yeah. And like the
People
way
are hysterically horny for Daffodil.
Oh yes, it like they never forget me.
Oh shit!
It ruins their lives.
Sorry.
Marriages
it's a
break
bad
down.
STI. I just thought I'd roll a d6 to see how much hysteria and roll 6. So I was,
It's an SDI, but it's just memories.
oh god,
Trauma. I'm just giving them trauma.
trauma can be a good thing. Caused it. Right. So so firstly, you might remember that there was already a consequence from before. We'll get to that in a second. The first thing that happens is I'm just going to rattle off a bit of information for you that'll tell you a bit about the town and a bit about what's happening.
This would have been useful before you asked me who you wanted me to come.
Well, that's the consequence of your success. You didn't know anything.
Right.
Well, yeah. There's one person who is outside of the list who you probably didn't want to come. So yeah, you know what? You got 3 successes, and I'm going to give you 3 consequences, but I'm going to give you sort of like, no, I know the best way to do this is you get to ask 3 questions. What, like 3 things that you would like to have learned about Koge?
Go on, everyone. Let the Danish speakers speak.
Well, no, like, you sort of like, I imagine what Rumpert is doing at every turn is just translating for you of just like, Daffodil says that you must tell them this.
This implies that they're both in the same room with
Yes.
this person.
At the door.
Yes, it
I
does.
think Rumpert is outside being like muscly, like pimp bodyguard vibes.
Yeah, it's very much like that. I'm imagining Alder's in the rafters watching.
Yeah, somewhere in the floorboards or the ceiling.
Rumpert looks like the bodyguard. Alder is the real bodyguard.
Just kind of like in the ceiling, like just starfished out and just like staring intently.
It's also the thing that Alder will occasionally just throw a knife. Shouldn't, but does.
That is possible, or something sharp might fall out of their pockets whilst they're suspended in the ceiling boards.
I want the biggest piece of regional/national gossip, the strangest / most unexplainable thing that's happened recently, and who the most hated person is.
Well, I'm going to give you all of those, and some of them are linked. I'm going to start. Number 2, the weirdest, strangest thing that has happened. Hans Bartsker saw the devil in his home, and he is saying that it was sent by Johanna Tomes. Johanna Tomes is not the most hated. Well, okay. He also says that his back hurts. He's heard a hen. He has seen the devil, and his maid is sick. And all of this is Johanna Tomes' fault.
Okay. Wait, what did this devil look like?
All you know is he said he's seen the devil. You have also heard the most hated person currently is Meta Bangles. She is said to sleep with rats.
Oh.
Nobody. It's just like
when you say sleep.
It is. Well,
a bed
she
of
sleeps
rats?
in a bed with rats.
Okay,
but some people go, well, why would you do that?
Maybe she's related to Guillermo del Toro, because he has a thing for rats as well.
It like I think the Karl Monk, the priest, is the person who tells you this, and says it'll not be long before she gets locked up. Her house is near the church. It is unseemly and dangerous for a woman like that to be near such a holy place doing such unholy things.
Eyebrows raised at unholy things.
I want to meet her. It sounds awesome.
Talk to her rants.
And is the biggest gossip also about Johanna Tomes?
Actually, no. Okay, I'm changing my mind. The Johanna Tomes summoning the devil is the biggest gossip. The strangest thing is you get met by so one person comes across. It is the warden of the road between Koge and wherever the fuck you are currently, Lellinger. It is Eva Rasmussen, and she says she saw a giant woman in the woods. That is the strangest thing.
Can she tell me which woods?
The woods you came out of.
Huh.
She is like, I was just about to say just on the other side of the motorway. Stop just taking Google Maps as gospel. She's just on the other side of the main road up to Copenhagen, at the site of an old fort. And she lives in the ruined old fort and watches the road through the Watchtower. And she says she saw the woods crossing across to Koge, a giant woman. So to summarize, detail 1, Hans Batskaya saw the devil in his home and blames Johanna Tomes. He also says that his back hurts, he heard a hen, he's seen the devil and has made it sick. The weirdest thing is Eva Rasmussen saw a giant woman in the woods, moving towards Koge. And the most hated person is Meta Bangors because she sleeps with rats near the church.
Okay.
How giant is the giant woman?
I think we might know who the giant woman is.
Yeah. You can piece that it's possibly Hiljod on Gilead.
Yes.
Who you heard about last time. Or you saw God, what was his fucking name? The elf guy.
Hror
was tracking Hiljod on Gilead. Aside from that, yeah, fuck.
Exactly.
Benedict, you are riding up to the inn. You see a queue out the door. Like people in the street talking with drinks, like some very animate. You see the priest hurry away, while saying, like, talking back to the crowd, it was like, This is not the way to be doing things. God, the whole town can't be rallying around this. But everybody's sort of like not really listening because he did too. You also see a woman on a horse riding down the street. I can't describe her manner any better than saying she is walking into a town in a western. She has draped off the side of her horse a fuck off crossbow. And aside from that, you can see that she is just generally armed. She's like lightly armored. And as she gets to the can you make a perception?
Yes.
All of us?
Just Benedict. The rest of you are inside, engaging in the listed activities.
36. Nothing here can help me. So out it goes.
That's a success. She sniffs the air, and then you see her eyes like think for a little bit. And then she quickly reaches into her coat for something to drink and drinks it. So you can gather she smells the tantalizing trees and she recognizes it some way.
Benedict will tie 4 of the horses with the help of the stable hand Koge after he's given him the talk and told him to go back to his life, and then get on one horse and ride towards the woman.
As you get closer, she holds out her hand, and you can tell that her accent is you can tell that her accent is German rather than Danish. And she says, hold. Can I help you?
It depends. What can you smell?
Just a town like any other.
Come now. What can you smell, good woman?
You're gonna have to persuade.
All right. Can I throw in my Druidic and Fey studies?
Yes. Do you have like persuasion? You don't, do you?
I don't. I have.
I'll give you proficiency in it for perceiving her sniffing.
All right, then that's 4d6. Let's see how it goes.
Nice.
She says, okay, well, I smell evil.
Evil?
Yes, I smell evil. And it does not take a genius to notice that you smell the same thing. So tell me, do you smell evil or do you smell something else?
It smells like Sodom.
Shall we sniff harder?
I have a suspicion that I may know the source of the scent if you would accompany me inside.
I'll follow you. But I'll follow you from a distance. And she moves her coat across to show a pistol.
Ah, yes, very wise of you. Tell me, what might I call you?
You may call me Gerda.
Gerda. A lovely name. A hard name.
She ties the horse to a hitching post by the inn and then jumps off it. And what weapon does Gerda have? I don't know. A few, but I must decide now to see what is obvious. She's got a chain axe.
The
Oh,
sexiest weapon.
It's like it's off her belt, obvious, like just a chain with an axe head on the end. You've seen her pistol, the chain
I've
axe.
seen her crossbow.
You've seen her crossbow.
Very heavily armed, aren't you, Gerda?
She just like sniff laughs at it and says, "I'm following you."
On going inside the inn, what scene does Benedict chance upon?
Party! Leon says, hello. Hey, doctor. You'll want to go head upstairs. Your friends are. Would you like some drinks? Another bottle of wine. It is on me this time.
Oh, yes, Gerda. Wine?
No, I don't need one.
I shall have a wine.
Your
Leon.
friends.
And what are my friends doing, Leon?
They are. The whole town wishes to see them. It is a delight. There is a party here. It's brilliant. And Gerda is not pleased. And what may I call you?
My name is Lord Brideshead, but you may call me Benedict.
Not a doctor, Brideshead.
Oh, I suppose I am also a doctor, but Dr. Lord Brideshead is such a mouthful.
Lord Dr. Brideshead.
You have many names that do tell different people. I understand.
I imagine that you have many names too, Gerda.
I wear the only one I need.
Is that name Inquisitor?
I have no Inquisition. I come from town to town and I take money for sorting out problems.
Ah, a freelancer. Tell you what, Gerda. And he takes the wine from Leon and sips. Now, my friends and I, you may have smelled evil. What you smelled was sorcery, yes?
So you say you are friends with a sorcerer?
Why,
a
I am
town
a sorcerer
close
myself.
to one that has seen the devil.
Has it now?
Oh yeah, you haven't heard this.
Koge has seen the devil.
It's cute what you're doing, but I usually cannot solve a job this quickly.
No, neither can we. Tell you what. We receive recompense for our work. You seem like a business-minded woman. You also seem like a woman who is concerned with the good of those who cannot help themselves. Am I right?
That's why I do what I do.
Yes, I am friends with sorcerers. Yes, I am a sorcerer, but you, being a worldly woman, must know not every sorcerer is of the devil.
I find it easier to find out how close they are to the devil in the trying of it.
Believe me, Gerda, you would not wish to be in the room with Daffodil, or you would intensely and then could not leave.
That's why I have preparations for these such things, as I believe you have spied on me already.
Yes, a very interesting potion. Of your own make.
They're all of my own make.
I think Benedict's in love.
I didn't expect to make a horny season.
Well, allow my friends
And
to finish
yet.
their business,
And yet,
and once they have, we shall speak to you together. Anon. We have been sent by our master here. to uncover maleficium of some kind.
And your master is?
Lord Stern. He was once chief witchfinder for His Majesty King James, but no longer.
Huh. It is good to know. Very well. Return to your friends and we'll speak on this later.
My thanks. Benedict will then go upstairs to see what all the commotion's about.
Benedict, have you come to get it here? That's what I've been saying. Get it here.
Benedict. Roll another perception to difficulty.
Okay. Anything I can throw in here? Let's see. Perception. 2 intelligence. That's 3d6. I don't think anything I have can help here, so let's just make it a flat one. Not taking the 6. No need to do that. Not taking the
6. Those are 2 partials. You hear her coat move. And you get shot.
In the back?
Not in the back, because you were just ready enough. That's the partial. You still get shot. I'll reduce the damage because of the partial. It is a belt pistol. That means she can't use it again. Or she can, but it'll take some time. Close. You take a damage. And can you... it's probably a minor injury. Can you roll to see if you take a minor injury?
Okay. Go up here. Current stations 1. Let me roll my resistance. I don't have it. Well, let's just hope and pray. Just the 2d6.
I think partial is a success in combat.
Well, there we go.
6s aren't, 4s are. Was that it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 6s aren't, 4s are.
Cool.
So minor belt pistol wound, as I just avoided it. I think she got me.
Yeah, no injury, just 1 damage.
Good.
You would have taken a minor, but you've resisted it. Down.
I think she dinged me in the left arm. Sort of scraped me. I will whirl around.
She loudly says to the room, and mostly to Leon, this house is full of witches.
Gerda! I thought we understood each other.
I understand you perfectly well. Rumpet, you hear a gunshot downstairs.
You knew immediately.
I saw your face.
Rumpet sets off. He's got he doesn't make a sound. He is just gone fast as the wind, using those supportive sprites. And if there's a landing, I think he sees Benedict clutching his arm, and he just vaults over and lands on the floor without a sound, just lands very daintily, axe in hand, and and then immediately checks on him. Are you all right, my friend?
I met an interesting woman and she shot me.
They'll do that to you. That's how I met Fernando.
Rumper, as you get to the bottom of the ground, she is reaching into her coat for a ceramic orb.
Gerda, I beg you. You do not want to do this. You seem like someone who would be of help to us.
She has already chucked it at you. Rumper, right. What do you do?
God, she's throwing a ceramic fucking grenade at us.
She's throwing a grenade at you, Rumper. What do you do? You see this happen as she reaches into a coat. You see the ceramic orb. Yeah. You got to react quick. It's dexterity. That's not bad for you.
Okay. Not especially.
Also, because
3d6.
I've been just reading. This is a human enemy, She is a legend.
Oh yeah, I expect so.
Everything against her is a challenge. Everything requires 2 successes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Dexterity. That's a success.
That's just 1 success. You hit the grenade with your axe to bat it away, and it just explodes at you. Luckily, your axe is sort of in the way. It's fucking magic. I'm not going to damage it. Don't worry. But I don't know. Keep doing that, and I might. Where are these crafting?
I'd like to charge her.
I'm sure you would.
Wait. Before you do that, I'd like to cast Judgment.
Oh, good God. Good God. You're both going to take 3 damage. And you should resist an injury.
Let me try and resist this injury.
Do I get to add my armor to resisting injuries?
I think armor allows you to ignore damage.
Yeah.
So, you can take no damage and reduce the durability by 3. Oh, yeah.
My armor would make me take 1 damage, but let me see what
resisted.
Yeah.
Partial
so
success.
That's resisted down to a minor injury. You take a minor.
All right.
Injury.
So is minor grenade threshold 3, and I have 2 damage, and my armor has taken. So that's my durability down to 2. I'm going to cast Judgment. What Judgment does is this. Judgment. You may evoke a sense of judgment in a person's soul. The medium will decide if the target takes this as a good or bad thing. If the effect of a spell is or possessive spirit is present, blah, 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 if successful. So what I'm trying to do is throw judgment into this woman's soul. That is the spell. So she'll have thrown the grenade, Rumpet's hit it, and I'll look at her hard in the eye, and my eyes will shimmer with the judgment of God.
What? Hold on. Let me think. All right. You feels judged by God. That is, she definitely feels that. God, I just think there's righteousness there. But I think she also sees Rumpet charging her, and she's just been judged by God. So I
don't think Rumpet can charge her anymore because he's done his movement.
Well, this is the thing about this is not in a confrontation because it's a human.
Oh.
Yeah, this is like
she's just a fucking person. I cannot recall in any situation ever fighting a person in this way, apart from
Plentitudes one time, but they were part of a big siege. So Rumpet is charging her.
She starts ducking out of the door. If you want to try and do something,
Wondrous Binding.
Well, I think Rumpet's doing the charge. So what?
Rumpet, you keep on.
I think your action. She ducks out of the room. That's what she's trying to do. Depends on how Rumpet does whatever he wants to do.
I'm gonna brawn it and try and basically dump her down into the mud and restrain her.
Benedict will be moving down the stairs, clutching his arm, saying, "Do not kill her! Do not kill her!"
Oh, Fionn. 1 success. You see, just too late, a flash of a knife come out of her sleeve. And she just very lightly dodges out of the way and slashes across your arm as you go. And smells you and says, "I think I found my mark, but it is not the time." And she runs away and grabs on the horse. Benedict, do you rush outside?
I will say...
Wait, stop.
Wilcox,
first of all...
No, everyone needs to stop. You need to stop as well. Wilcox, my I have Great Vartes, which means that I enjoy missing toe and oak, which means my joinings don't actually raise hysteria at all. Does that make any
that's fine.
difference to this?
This is the partial success. But I will reduce hysteria by I think you still got hysteria because of silly season. That was 6, but I reduced hysteria by 2. But this was was the partial success. Is Gerda Cock, traveling witchfinder, arrives.
All right, fair enough. Just wanted to check.
But yeah, you get slashed across the arm. It'll do you a damage, but I'm not going to do you an injury because it's just sort of like.
Can I use my? I've got steel van braces. Can I resist the damage?
Yeah, durability down by 1.
Cool.
What were you going to say, Felix?
That I would have liked to have come out of the room, not necessarily to engage in the non-confrontation, but I thought it would have been funny that at the sound of the gunshot, that Daffodil will have like jumped to the ceiling to remove a plank of wood so that Aldo would have fallen onto the bed. And we would have walked to the landing.
Yeah.
And arrived, I suppose, as she was leaving.
You walk to the landing, you see like flames catching onto like a wall hanging, but like somebody like frantically flapping them out. You see Rumput running at a woman who then dashes just beyond the door, slashes and nicks across the van braces, and is out of the door.
Okay.
Benedict wants to hurry out of the door after her.
Daffodil will scream, "Must we catch her?"
Yes, we must!
Okay, then I will immediately cast Girdle the Earth and like set off flying after her.
Oh!
Daffodil is wearing a sheet, by the way.
Hysteria.
Doesn't matter. It's already too late.
You are making her case.
What did you say?
Sorry?
Can't we use any long range bows, or is she too far away?
She's outside of the building, so we have to get out first.
I think you're all running out of the building. The fucking Girdly Earth is such a move. I
run out the door and then Daffodil just flies past my
straight past. You see nothing but the wind.
What a fucking...
As I'm flying past, I shout, "Dead or alive?"
With the speed of a bird. Oh, God.
Alive!
Okay, am I like chasing above her as she's on her horse?
Like she is like she paces down the road on her horse past Rumput, who as she passes by you, who you are still just sort of like getting up from the floor, she once again just sort of like as she passes you just takes another sniff out of the air just to taunt you.
Why are you sniffing everyone?
Can I take a sniff of her in return?
Yeah, go for it.
And I'm going to log her scent.
Yeah, you are.
I want to.
Yeah, you fucking are.
I want to be in the air far enough that she wouldn't be able to shoot me, please. But I want her to catch speed on her horse first.
Her crossbow is definitely long range. I just need to check it, but I think crossbow. Yeah, it's definitely long range. So, like, I think that's sort of like. So, firstly, I think Benedict Daffodil, before she escapes, I'll give you another move.
Daffodil's one who can really catch us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing pious chantry. I will just begin singing to give Daffodil another dice for any test they're going to make.
Right.
So
Cool.
Benedict just drops to his knees and begins to just bellow the Te Deum in the voice of the heavens around him.
So, Daffodil, I guess
It's a prayer, Fionn. That's fine.
I think a flying person is...
The flying person's really the issue here.
I have a question.
Go for
Daffodil, are you still in the gender that you transformed into?
Of course.
Okay, good. It's very important that I know that. No context.
What was it? First sighting of a guest using druidic or fey magic. That's 5. Cool. Just gonna log that. I'm sorry to say that Hysteria is now at 31. Meta Bangor's just got arrested. Daffodil, you fly past. What test would you like to make to try and sort of like keep the right range so that she can't whip round with her massive fuck off crossbow and shoot you out of the air?
Transport.
Cool. I'll allow it.
I think that's how many dice do I have? An extra one past the one I have.
What's your fitness?
3.
That's +1. Have you got any knowledges that you think might help? How to be a bird.
I don't think that
knowledge of birdomancy.
Apart from astronomy, no.
No.
To navigate the skies.
Oh no.
While you're going, you're using the stars to guide you at 5 p.m.
Listen, anyway, let's see what happens.
Yeah. 2 partials. That's what we like to see. So, so you are flying just out of range. What is it that what are you trying to do by following it?
I just want you to confirm that she's now speeding on her horse.
She is speeding on her horse away to Koge.
Excellent. I will cast Landforge so that a large stone big enough to smash her horse heads in will appear right in front of her.
That's the thing is that's not a massive land transformation.
Exactly.
That's just a stone.
That's
just a big rock.
I don't care if it's in the middle of the road. I'm so sorry to everyone that needs to use it.
You could do something that freaks the horse out. You don't have to smash its head in.
Leave me alone.
You could just spook it a little.
Daffodil, you could just drop her into a sudden small bog. And way, both she and the horse would be stuck for a bit.
Oh my god, just like in the Never-Ending Story, that horse is going to get stuck in the bog. Oh my god, that's so sad.
Stone.
The bog of sadness.
Big stone.
The thing is, the stone is low cost, the bog is mid cost.
Sorry, Shabbat, but your bog is mid.
This is not just going to bludgeon the horse. This is going to spook the horse. It's going to hit the horse. The horse is going to
throw her probably.
Yeah. She has grabbed her crossbow, by the way, because she is trying to.
She demands the laws of physics demand that such a sudden interruption, she would retain inertia and she would fly off. That's all I want.
Yes, she will. And so she flies into the road. The horse spooks and starts to run down the road. God, what's her horse called? I immediately Stellan. I love it. I immediately fancy this woman too much to not name her horse. Stellan.
I'm not done.
This woman I made up in my own head.
I'm not finished.
Go ahead.
I will cast Landforge again. Let me just check my trinkets because I did one for the gender transition. I did Girdle the Earth. That's 3.
Your wish gender transition costed a trinket.
Yes. Landforge. This one is 1. Yes, I have enough. That's good. Now it's going to be a mid cost. She is going to be a pit will just appear under her. And yeah, that's it. It is deeper than she can climb. That's 12 feet at least. I don't understand feet.
You're gonna drop.
Wait. We don't want her dead. That might.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think
it can be the transformation can be that she sinks into it as opposed to falling.
She just goes like. Yeah, that's gonna piss her off.
Good. She threw a grenade in my face.
I really want one last roll.
What do you want me to roll?
I would like you to. I think I'd like it to be up to you. I think it's about it's about quickness. It's about judging this. It's about before she can respond. Because she sees that you've cast a spell. She's landed on the ground. She is frantically getting up with her crossbow. She's stay, still and stay. And then she is looking at you casting another spell.
The singing is getting closer to her, by the way. Bandit is walking up the road singing this today.
I think the thing is, this is like 100 meters down the road. So like, I think like you're coming, she's seeing this, she's like, do I need to? But I really want to shoot this flying person before I bolt. But so I'd say dexterity. I'd say yeah, it's probably dexterity.
Oh, I forgot a letter. Sorry.
Nice.
Well, you can take the devil's bargain because this isn't a confrontation.
No.
It's just one success. She needs two.
She needs two. She's a legend. She needs 2 successes.
She's a fucking legend, man.
What does that mean? That I take damage or that she doesn't fall into the pit?
She doesn't fall into the pit.
You know what? Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm confused. I rolled a 6 earlier and I didn't get it. Was that because it was
I should have offered you a devil's bargain at that point.
An attack, even though it was just a brawn attack.
Yeah, because I was getting confused because I was sort of like we're fighting, but it's not confrontation, so you could have devil's bargain.
Taking the devil's bargain.
All right, well,
yeah,
we live and learn. This is cooler than that.
But yeah, so she's gonna sink into the pit. Just roll me 2d6 to see what happens.
Please be low. Please be low.
I really want this to be high. I want her to be proven right in so many ways.
Oh, for God's sake!
Yes! It is night when it is day, and it is day when it is night. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. She sinks into the pit.
Excellent.
You buy these things. You buy it. Like, you know, that exactly what you want happens, and then exactly what I want happens, and we're all happy.
I'm not protesting.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Benedict will stand a little away from the pit, remembering that she has a crossbow.
She is.
Gerda!
You can't see, but like the camera does, that she is just slumped, pointing the crossbow up at the dark night.
I imagine you intend to shoot me.
No, I've put my crossbow down.
I don't believe her. I can hear this crossbow.
How droll.
You see what you're doing. You see it. You fly. There is night.
I'm going to tie you up now. And then he casts Wondrous Binding from where he is.
Christ.
Oh my god, does this mean that we can see her like wrapped up in glowing tendrils?
We all want to see it.
Yeah.
But yes, that does happen. Wondrous Binding.
I'm in a forgiving mood.
Yeah, it happens.
No, they come from my hand because I'm a civilized person.
Sorry, I met a man whose Wondrous Bindings came out of his anus. It's tremendously funny.
That's awful. Now, pull this woman up, and I will pass you a glowing golden rope. Haul her up. Let's have a chat.
I start hauling.
I want to ask: Does Older have any things that can subdue someone, compel them to be nicer? In all of the
being sexy, if she's compelled to be nice.
Well, like, would this be in sway?
No, I mean in your talents in like the runes and stuff.
So let's see.
In the stuff you've selected.
I'm not sure.
The party that was happening outside of the inn has definitely gathered on the road to look at the lot of you.
I have these. Land cavalry officer, Harry me not, circus performer. I will not suffer this. Bloody noses and cracked crowns.
The runes. I'm interested in the runes. The ones
the runes. I heard the word talent and I was like, okay.
Oh, sorry.
I will not suffer this.
Oh, any of them really.
I will not suffer this. You gotta use that. You gotta use that on me. I've got to hear I will not suffer this. If I don't get to hear I will not suffer this, I can't deal.
You can use it now if you'd like to.
Suffer this.
This is it's all combat related. I don't know, like, is it so? when Daffodil flew off, did everyone follow?
Yes.
So
The whole town's followed.
The whole town's followed. So I'm assuming this is is there combat happening, or is this like confrontation mostly?
She is
Now
like tied up and like
I think
dropped her crossbow. Like this.
The question is not for her. The question is not about her. It's about if the villagers will fight us.
Oh.
Yeah, all of my rooms are like, I have Soothing Pool, Wrapped in Stone, Apoplexy, Martrius Fire, and Magnetic Violence. So
the vibes from the town are not great, but I think they want to see what you're doing. Because I mean, I think you're about to try something. Because Gerda's saying you see what you're doing. It is night now. Your actions have done this. Your friend flies.
Not only do I fly, I can't sit in one place, so I have to circle everyone gently.
Benedict has 3 virtue and compassion.
You say that. Benedict has 3 virtue and compassion. I am good guy.
I will turn to the crowd. I understand how it may look. I understand that you know this woman, and you do not know us.
We do not know this woman.
You do not know this
so
woman.
She's a stranger. You're a stranger in these parts, and so am I, and I don't like you.
Now.
But you did do magic. That's bad vibes.
Tell me.
Hysteria has increased by about 12 overall.
Tell me this with truth in your hearts. Here in Lelinga, here in Koge, before all the trouble began, did you not rely upon cunning folk?
We're talking to each other.
To give birth to your children, to cure you when you were ill, to give you solace, comfort.
To make sexy with the sexy flying person.
Did you not lay with the most beautiful person you have ever seen?
2 successes. This is all I can give you after you open use magic in a fight in the street.
All right, there's 46.
It could be worth slapping a fate point into this.
Can I throw folklore in there because I am talking about cunning folk?
I'll allow it.
Woo!
Oh dear. Well,
let me do a fate point reroll.
Okay.
The odds cannot be so against me.
Yeah, they can. They
are
not. 2 successes, 2 flat successes, 2 true successes. Because I thought it, Gerda interrupts you, and she says, "Do you now not live under the fear of God, under the fear of what God's enemies will do to you?"
Do you not live under the fear of God now, Gerda? Or was I mistaken when I looked in your eyes?
I'm telling you, kick her in the hole. But Leon moves forward and says, "These 3 doctors and a companion have shown us a joy in this town. Have they not? We have all gathered today to have a brilliant time, even the men of God."
And as he's saying this, as Daffodil is circling, you also, "Do not lie."
They said, "Do not lie."
Doctors. Though I don't think we can allow you to stay too much longer for our own safety's sake, we will speak none of this. We will do nothing, but you should maybe move on with urgency. And this woman who we do not know, she is yours.
Oh. She is. Worry not. She will come with us, and we will be away soon to Koge. In fact, if someone might bring us our horses, we might leave now.
The hot stable hand brings you your horses.
And some wine. I'm really sore.
Leon brings you some wine.
Thank you,
And
Leon.
I think we
You're
should
my favorite.
end the session as you head to Koge. Because fucking hell.
Fuck me.
What before the session I said, Siobhan, don't play anything too too big. We're gonna have a chill one. You're arriving in a town, it's fine. And then you decide to make every person in a whole township go what if I want to fuck in the inn magically? And then you know what? You gotta match scale with scale. But you've got +1 public opinion. Hysteria is currently 31. The first auspice of hysteria has occurred. Though you will not see what it is yet, though I did say Metabankos is being arrested for sleeping with rats. And next time we'll arrive in Koge, and I guess you'll have to. Do you have any immediate response to what you want to do with Gerda? Is this slit her throat, throw her into the hole, and then close that back up?
Yes.
Or is she useful in some way?
She is useful, but she is a fanatic. But I think she can be gotten through to. Just not in front of all these people. Yeah, if we can't get through to her, we just throw her in a fucking hole. But let's not go right to murder.
Okay. Next time we'll decide what we do with Get a Cock.
Question: are people good to go until 10 if Mo turns up? Because we just the one today.
I can't.
Just the one today then.
Yeah, I think
cut me saying that.
We've got one.
Do we do questions now then?
Good point. Yes. So we can't go on today, so we're having a short one. It was planned to be more chill, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So we're gonna do some questions. Which
I just love this visual, Benedict is bleeding and trying to recite Bible lyrics to this woman, and Rumpert's probably the angriest that he's ever been, and Alder is just confused and comforting Dennis, and all of this is happening with a floating woman in a sheet above them.
I'm starting to realize Siobhan last season introduced a lot of hot people that you could talk to and become friends with. So far, what I do is I introduce hot people that you are mortal enemies to.
I think that sums up your personalities of what you think hot people will do. Hot people are just there to and you meet them and it's great. Hot people will kill you. Hot people will ruin your life.
You can't trust them. But oh my God, do you want to? And you will. Have you learnt a new detail that may lead you closer to the demon's hand?
I don't fucking know.
We need to go back to when Daffodil did some really excellent scouting.
I think yes, we did. I think we learnt about the strange rumors and the someone's seen the devil in Kurgard.
Unsbuskaya has seen the devil in his home. His back hurts, he's heard a hen, and his maid is sick.
And a giant woman was seen in the
he's
forest.
heard a hen, because every time you say that, it makes me want to die.
Okay, so the reason it is called the House Crosses is because this is a real thing. The Koge Huskors is one of the biggest witch trials in Danish history. And it started with Hans Buckskaya saying that he had seen the devil, his back hurts, he heard a hen, and his maid is sick, and he blamed Johanna Tomes.
There we go.
So that's why it's called the House Crosses, because Huskors means house crosses.
I knew that was too specific for you to have made up.
It's more like a house crisis.
Yeah.
Heyo!
All right, so
yes.
there we go.
Yes, everybody has found a detail. Have you made a new or useful ally in your fight against the demon's hand?
No, we have not.
No.
We have a bitch in chains.
Yep. 5 horses. Have you formed a closer bond with one of your fellow inquisitors?
Rumpert and I have.
Yeah,
Rumpert,
without fail.
Rumpert and
100%.
yeah, absolutely.
I think Daffodil and I have, or Daffodil, or myself and Rampart, because he saved my life.
Yeah, I was going to say I've definitely got one with Daffodil, and I've definitely got one with Benedict.
Yeah, Benedict and Rumpert for sure, and then Daffodil, Rumpert. So Rumpert, you take one. Everybody else takes one. Anything for Alder?
No bonding as such, but they have definitely learned quite a few things about Daffodil today. And things in general that they were not yet exposed to. Oh, well, I mean, they have been, but, they haven't watched before.
This is not a rule, but I will give you an extra prestige for your fight with Goodcock. And does anybody want... let me just list her equipment. Does anybody want a Genoese knife?
Yeah.
Got one.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Sen can carry the most, Alder can carry the most types of weapons.
Does anybody want a chain axe?
Yes.
No. Have one.
I'll put the like deets of these in the so Genoese knife, that was what she slashed Rumpert with. Chain axe, that was on her belt. There is a fucking used belt pistol, but she's got some ammo for it. And then she has her pride and joy. An arbalist. Don't get shot with the arbalist. It's lucky none of you were shot with the arbalist. I think she actually also has another hand grenade.
I'll take the hand grenade.
Oh, and somebody take note of, you might want to go through whatever fucking potions she has.
I would like to go through her potions.
That's actually
Alder,
probably
Alder,
Eli.
you should take the hand grenade because you're proficient in thrown, I think, aren't you?
Dexterity. Yeah, Eli should take. Should probably take the either Alder or Eli should take the hand grenade, but Alder for now should take the hand grenade.
No, I meant the potions should go to Eli because Eli has herbalism and could discern what they're made of. She will not tell us.
Then that's that. So Siobhan 3, prestige, send 2, and then 3 to Felix. Oh no, sorry. Add 1 because I was giving you an extra 1 for beating Gerda. So 3, 2, 3, 3, and then just a thank you to everybody for having listened. Lovely to have you as always. And a huge thank you. I do this in a different order every time now. A huge thank you to Oscar Russell and Tasha Sofla. Oscar for the graphic design and Tasha for the music. You can find more of Oscar's stuff at Watchtower Design. Follow us on the socials at Six Planes or at Six Planes Games, depending on where you are, and send us an email if you could imagine such a thing, because we'd love to chat to you at sixplanesgames at gmail.com. And rate us 5 stars on the podcast catcher of your choice. It's very helpful. It's very, 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 very helpful. We'd love to have some of those 5 stars. And did I miss anything?
I think
Nope.
so.
No, just did it in a different order. Thanks for coming. See you all next time.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, right. As always, I don't know if you heard this before, but I'm having to hotspot because my Wi-Fi didn't show up when it was fucking supposed to. Hour and a half on the phone I was to Virgin Media on Friday. Fucking bollocks. They just lied to me twice.
Yeah, they will do that.
I'm hopefully this will be relatively smooth, but if it isn't, sorry.